Hello there, my name is June Melia. I'm so glad you stopped by. Um, I have worked in health and fitness for 25 years, and one question that I do get asked a lot is what kind of fitness equipment do you recommend that I invest in or use or whatever? Um, Usually the first thing that I talk about would be like sneakers, shoes, whatever you wear on your feet. That would be priority one probably. But then the second thing that is super important is something that keeps you on task, and especially if your workouts are time oriented. Like for some reason, I really like time oriented workouts. This little tool has been in my toolbox for like, I think more than 20 years. I think for a really long time, I have used this, and this is it. It's called Gym Boss, and I think it's like $30 now. You can buy them on Amazon, and you can see that there's two times here. There's a one time here, and then there's another time here, and you can set it really easily. And over here, it's like how many rounds you're doing. So right now it's sort of at a weird time, but I use this almost every day. I use this almost every workout I do. I use my Gym Boss, if not for the entire workout, I use it for a section of the workout. I think it's just like the best little tool that keeps me moving on task. My workouts are more focused, and I'm going to give you 3 examples of how I use this little timer that I think is great. Okay, so I use this when I'm doing strength training, and this is how I do it. I set it for anywhere. For strength training, I might set it at, if I'm doing like a circuit warm-up kind of thing, I'll set it for 50 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest. So that means that, maybe I'm doing jumping jacks for 50 seconds, I take a 10-second rest, and then I do chest press for 50 seconds or push-ups for 50 seconds, 10-second rest, squats for 50 seconds and 10 seconds rest. And you actually set it for how many rounds you want. That's the little how many rounds you want. So that says 20 there. So if you want to do like a 10-minute dynamic warm-up, you can set it for 50 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest for 10 rounds, and then that brings you to a 10-minute dynamic workout or dynamic warm-up. I also use it for real strength training too. I might say 1 minute of work, 30 seconds of rest, 10 times, and that would be 15 minutes, or 20 rounds, and that would be a 30-minute strength training workout, and it gives me more time of work and 30 seconds of rest between more like harder, heavier sets. So I know that when the beeper goes off, it's time to move on to the next thing. I know when the beeper is finished that I've completed a full workout. Whatever I set my goal as, I know I've completed that. And as someone who doesn't love strength training, I don't love strength training. I'm totally a cardio at heart, cardio queen at heart, and I'm trying to be better about strength training in this part of my life. And so this timer kind of keeps me going through the paces, and it keeps me running through so that I am on task and I don't take too much recovery time, and it's like a continuous workout, and I know that I'm not done until it beeps that finishing beep, which is like dee 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 dee. It's like a little alarm when you're really done. And it doesn't even have to beep. It also has a vibrate. You can switch it over to vibrate so that it just sort of buzzes when you're using it, so you don't feel like, if you are at the gym, you don't feel like, oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing. And it has a little clip, so sometimes I just will clip it on here and I'll just go through everything, and I can feel it when it sort of vibrates, and I can hear it if it beeps when I'm ready for the next thing. And I just find it to be, for someone who's not strength training oriented, I just find it to be super helpful. I think 9.5 times out of 10, I utilize this for my strength training because I just love it. I just love it. So that is way number one, that you can utilize this little $30 tool for strength training. It's great. Okay. The second way that I use this is for cardio. So one thing that I do is, I used to be an avid runner, run, until about 2 or 3 years ago, I had some stuff come up and I've just sort of had to refigure how I run. And so what I do with this now is I will go out for, like, I have a 5 mile loop that I really enjoy, and I'll, walk the beginning chunk of it, and then I'll have this set for like anything. 3 minutes of jogging, 2 minutes of walking, 3 minutes of jogging, and I'll say, like, out of that 5 miles, I'll just set a timer. Instead of worrying about distance for my runs, I just set the timer. 3 minutes I run, 2 minutes I walk. 3 minutes I run, 2 minutes I walk. And that might be for like 20 minutes in the whole 5 miles, or maybe longer than that. It sort of just depends on how I'm feeling and what I want to do. And so it just clips onto my little thing and I hear it buzz and then I get started. So this has been really helpful. I mean, I take it out with me almost on every run that I go on. And it just keeps me on task. It keeps me kind of motivated. It makes sure that I get enough rest time, and it makes sure I get enough work time. And so this has been really great. If you're training for anything like a walk run program, like a couch to 5K, this can be helpful. If you're bored with your running, this can be helpful. I used to do a minute, which means I would do walk a minute, run a minute, sprint a minute. And then I would go back, when it beeps, I would go back to walking. So it would be like, 3 different speeds of running, which I found to be so motivating. And the time would go by fast. It'd be like a minute of resting, a minute of jogging, and then a minute of like good hard running, and then I'd have a minute to recover. And I would do that a handful of times. Maybe I would set it for like 4 rounds of that, and it was so fun. It was really a great way to add intensity into my runs without feeling bored or whatever, and not at the track or something where, I used to, back in the day, I used to use telephone poles. That was like an old trick my dad would do. It would be like, let's race to the telephone pole. And we would run a little bit faster to the telephone pole. But this timer just clips right onto my shorts, and I would set it. It doesn't have to beep loudly, like I said. It can just vibrate, and super, super great for that purpose, for cardio. And then the last way that I really enjoy using this little timer is I like to do, and I encourage my clients to do, an out and back challenge. So say, even for walking, if you're a walker or a runner, and you don't have that much time, right? You're like, shoot, I only have 20 minutes. What can I do in 20 minutes? Well, you could set this little do-hat here for a 10-minute, 2 rounds of 10 minutes. So what I tell my clients to do is walk away from your house or jog, nothing crazy, away from your house. When this guy goes off, you turn around and you pick up your pace, and you want to get back to your house before this guy goes off again, which means you've had a negative split. And in the running world, that means the second half was faster than the first half, right? If you were running a marathon, you would want the second half of your run, of your marathon, to be at least the same, if not faster, than the first half. And the longer the race gets, the harder it is to do that, because you're tired. So even for a 5K, say you run a 5K in 30 minutes, right? And you would want to set this for 15 minutes. You jog out, and then this goes off, and you try to get back to the house where you started before the buzzer goes off. And I find that to be a great way. I mean, you can do that for a 10-minute workout, a 15-minute workout. If you're like, shoot, I have no time, you just have this set. And I actually have a few of these around my house. I have this one in my bedroom because I actually have a little mini rebounder trampoline that sometimes I will use this for. I'll set it for 10 10 rounds of 1 minute, and I'll get on the trampoline and I'll gently bounce for a minute, and then the buzzer goes off, and then I'll do a different movement, and the buzzer goes off, and then I'll do jumping jacks for a minute and for 10 minutes. And it just really helps me stay on task and stay motivated. So I have one here in my bedroom with my little rebounder, Bellicon trampoline, which I love. And then I have one downstairs where I do my strength training. Because it's usually set, or it's set at 50 seconds, 10 minutes, 50 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. And that's a really great for like a dynamic workout, or if I just want to get a quick set of arms in, no big deal. It's like easy workout, and I just want to grab a set of free weights or core workout. 50 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest is perfect for a core workout. Or and then I have another one that's in my little fanny pack that I wear when I go out for my walk runs. And that's also set for like either a 2 minute, 2 minute, or a 3 minute, 2 minute, or whatever it is. I can I change it so that I have it in my little pouch, and I press it when I'm ready after I've warmed up a bit. And then I just start a little walk run, and it's so great. So you know, they've lasted me forever. I used to teach my bigger, when I taught big boot camp classes, I would use this for my classes, and everyone heard it, and it would keep everyone on task, and it was just the best. So I recommend this for my clients to keep them on task. I mean, you could have a set of little free weights in your bedroom and this next to them, and you could say, okay, I set this for 50 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest. I'm gonna do it. And you just press the button and you're off. And then you just do, you know, whatever exercise, 10 seconds of rest, you shake it out, and then you do your next round of whatever exercise, and you just work. Or the same thing with core. So I'm gonna press it again. This is the ending beep. That's it. I turned it off. So this little Gym Boss is just the best little thing in the world for strength and for cardio. And if you buy one, buy two, because you can just use them. Like I said, I use this all the time. If one ever broke, which I don't really remember happening, but I got a lot of use out of them if they did break, maybe back in classes, and I would throw them in my duffel bag to go to a client's house or something. So this is my best, inexpensive little tool that I use all the time, consistently, almost on a daily basis. I use this little guy. So again, it's Gym Boss. It's the best and amazing. So I hope that motivates you. You know, it's super simple. It's inexpensive, and it'll keep you moving, which is all. This is all we need, right? Okay, so that's it. If you need help being motivated, staying motivated, getting moving, you can reach out to me, and I would love to help you get going, get moving, because life is short and we work so hard, and I really believe in the importance of health and fitness. So please don't be shy. You can post below, or I'll leave my email, and you can reach out to me. And I do offer 50-minute Zoom like health consultations. And you know, if you're really just feeling, oh my God, like I really need to do something, right? That's what people say. I really need to start doing something. I just really need to start doing something. Well, let's go. Let's go do something. Let's go. You know, in 6 months' time, you'd be amazed at what can change. But for now, you've got a little Gym Boss, and that can help you maybe take you a little bit further and to keep you motivated. Okay, so thanks again for stopping by. Please like and subscribe. I would love that. And I will talk to you at another time, I hope. Okay, bye.